Hey, what's up, guys? So, I finally decided to plug in my HDMI 2.1 Belkin cable into my PlayStation 4 Pro. And before I do this video, I just want to emphasize that there is no way at all for you guys to see HDR through camera. It's just not going to happen. The only thing I can do is I can walk you through it with my commentary and I can tell you what I'm seeing. You don't have to believe me. You have that choice. That's your God-given right not to believe me, to have a doubt, to have a judgment. I get it. I understand it. But remember, I do these videos to tell you what I'm experiencing. I'm not sponsored by anybody. I don't have any strings attached to me, so I'm independent. And if you don't want to believe me, that's up to you. But I can tell you that there's definitely a improvement with this cable, HDMI 2.1 Belkin. There's a couple of things that I noticed. Number one, it really reads the data of static metadata and dynamic metadata. It really reads the data of HDR really good because of that ability to read higher bandwidth really quick, really fast. Now, even though the chipset HTCP 2.2 and HDMI 2.0 that's built inside a console, obviously it cannot get more than, let's say, maybe 18 megabits per second, but this thing still reads that 18 megabits per second faster than 2.0. All right, so you're still getting a better HDR readout than, let's say, you would be getting with old HDMI high-speed 2.0 cable. Because those old HDMI 2.0 high-speed cables, they're never gonna hit that 18 megabits per second. They might hit maybe 8 or 9, but they're never gonna hit that full potential of 18. And I think this thing here will easily read that 18 megabits per second, and your HDR will look slightly better. And that's what this is. It looks slightly better, but nonetheless, it's still better than you using the 2.0, meaning you're definitely going to get a good HDR brightness color here. And here I am on a projector here, and I can tell you that the color, the white color gamut definitely shines here across this projector. Keep in mind, this projector is full white color gamut. It goes above Rec 709, goes up to BT 2020, which is the full white color gamut. For those of you who don't know what the full white color gamut is, obviously I'm not gonna spend time explaining that here on this video. I believe I already did a video on that where I explain in the basic terms. All right. And same thing goes with a 10-bit color, 10-bit color has a lot to do with the full white color gamut. They both work together, okay? But depending on the quality build of your TV or your projector, it also depends what type of color gamut you're going to be getting. All right, this DLP luckily has that color gamut. So, and again, I'm telling you this because I cannot show you what I'm seeing. I'm only using this as a credibility that, hey, I do have a projector. Belkin, BenQ HD 2550, and I am currently testing it with a HDMI 2.1 cable. That's why I'm doing this with a camera, to give you some credibility that, hey, this guy actually has a BenQ projector, 4K HDR projector, and he has Belkin 2.1 cable, so therefore we already know that he has it. So he's not just talking on a microphone with some screenshot and telling us his experience. I'm actually telling you what I'm experiencing as you're watching this video. And I'm saying this not for my subscribers. My subscribers who've been following me, they know that I'm the real deal. They know I don't BS. This is for random people that just bump into my channel or bump into my video and they have no clue who I am and they just bump into my video. This is for whom this is intended that I'm speaking to, not for you guys. This is a 138 inch in my room, my other room. And people ask me, why don't you do it on 188? Honestly, 188 inch, it's a bit too big for me. And I think it might be an overkill for a 4K, unless you're in a really, really big room. I do have a slightly bigger room that I do 188 inches, 12 feet away from the wall. And that's where I usually watch my movies. But for 138, it's good for the gaming. Honestly, 138 to me, it's just more than enough for the gaming. And if you guys think that 138 inches is small, then you need to compare your 75-inch to 138-inch television, and you will see just how gigantic 138-inch is. It's pretty darn big, okay? Now we're gonna do some gameplay. These are just some display screenshots and videos they're like randomly going through. But I can tell you that this looks slightly better in HDR brightness and color than what I had with the 2.0. And no, I'm not doing any split screen videos because you can't see it. I know there's some videos out there, people doing that. They might be pulling some tricks where they might adjust the low light or something. There's no way for you guys to see a HDR being projected through a camera lens. It's just it's impossible. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do a quick race. So I'm gonna do that right now. I'm gonna select one and I'm gonna show you how the game runs. Okay, so let's do that really quick. Here we go. Let's click start. Oh. Oh yeah, I mean, HDR here with the sunset or the sunrise here, it's definitely recognizable and really looks good. So that's the one thing that I recognize here. It's the HDR brightness. It's being read much better. And of course, we all know HDR, it's all about the color gamut and peak brightness. And I think this cable will read that static metadata much better than the 2.0. That's because the 2.1 cable, it's not limited to how much bandwidth it can take. 2.1 is designed to pick up a faster bandwidth signal, even if it's 18 megabits per second, but it will read that 18 megabits per second quicker and faster, and that's what HDR wants. HDR needs that to render that static metadata, okay? I'm not saying that your HDMI high-speed 2.0 is not gonna do the same, but some of these older HDMI 2.0 cheap cables will probably hit maybe 8 megabits or 9 megabits per second. They're not gonna hit 18 megabits fully to accept that, okay? In terms of a latency, input lag here, it's pretty good. I'm thinking roughly 20 to 23 milliseconds. That's probably what I'm getting here. Let's look at the replay really quick. Let's click next. All right, I'm gonna go check out the replay really quick here. The color really pops here, HDR. It's just outstanding. Look, when I'm talking about HDR here, I'm talking about projector. For a projector, guys, for $1,500, you're not gonna find anything cheaper and more affordable in terms of HDR and 4K for a projector. If you want to get a really good 4K projector like UHD 65, you're looking about 2,500 to 2,200. With that kind of money, you can go with the OLED, okay? You can go with the A1E. So that's pretty expensive. And if you want like top of the line projector, you're looking at least $5,000 to $6,000, to some cases even $10,000. That go up to 12,000 luminous light and 2 million to 1 or 4 million to 1 contrast ratio. That will cost you arm and leg, okay? You might as well go with a Z9D if you're gonna go spend that kind of money. However, BenQ will definitely give you a affordable full white collar gamut 4K HDR projector for $1,500. And another benefit of having a 4K HDR projector is the ability for you to see 8 million pixels the way they were meant to be seen, okay? Again, as I mentioned earlier in the video, in the beginning, which should be obvious, I'm not doing this video to show you, hey, look at the HDR, because you can't. It's impossible for you to see it. I'm doing this video to tell you my experience. And is it a drastic difference? It's not a drastic difference. Let me be clear. I don't want you guys getting some wrong ideas here. I don't want to misinform. I don't want to mislead. It's not a drastic difference. But I did notice slight improvements on brightness HDR and color. So you are getting a little bit better HDR, slightly better HDR. Okay, that's all I'm trying to say. But then again, this cable, I think it's worth it. If you're in market for HDMI cable, for $29 with this cable, you're getting something that's future-proof. Not only is your existing devices gonna look good on your 4K HDR, and they're gonna look the best that they possibly can with HDR. On top of that, you're also gonna be future-proof for 8K televisions, 8K devices in the future. So why not have this cable for 29 bucks? If this cable was 60 bucks or 100 bucks, I would say, no, there's no point of you spending your money right now on this. It's not that necessary. But for 29 bucks, I think this definitely it's something as a future proof to have. So, and you will definitely have much better benefit of having this cable, meaning your quality will look the best there is currently right now on your television. If you have an OLED television, you got a C7, B7, or A1E OLED, oh yeah, this cable definitely will give you the best possible HDR color, and your OLED will pop. You know, there's no question about that. Even my BenQ here, 4K HDR projector pops with color. Maybe I can do one more just to show you. Even here on the display menu, when I'm going through and looking at this screen, I just see that HDR really shines. And I know the difference between 2.0 and 2.1. I wasn't getting brighter HDR or my 2.0. It was kind of okay. It was a bit dimmed down. If you know what I mean, like it wasn't as bright. You know, it didn't pop out of the wall from the projector. It was a bit dimmed down, and I did notice that, you know. But here, I definitely see a little bit of a better improvement, okay? And the only way you can see this difference is if you had two BenQ 4K HDR projectors and then two cables, one HDMI 2.1 and one 2.0, and you put them side by side, and you will notice that difference. You will see it a little bit. You know, that would be the only way you could truly see what I'm talking about. Or you can just swipe back the cables back and forth, and you will see it. You know. All right, let me just turn down this music. I don't want to get flagged by some artist out there, some person or whatever. Let me see if I can do one more race. Let's do a Tokyo race. Or we can do the one in the desert. I think one in the desert would be perfect right here. We'll do it during the day or in the evening. Let me select the car. We'll go with... I'll go with a safety car. We'll go with that. Automatic, intermediate. Here we go. Oh yeah, definitely. It's just brighter. It's much brighter. Like look how bright that is. Look at my hand, man. You can see the time and everything. Look at that. Uh, Definitely brighter HDR here. And just so you guys know that I'm not pulling any tricks, I did leave my HDR brightness at default here. Where's my HDR brightness? Right here. I did leave my HDR brightness at default. So I don't want you guys thinking that I'm pulling some tricks here. My brightness, it's a default here. Okay, so I just want to clarify that. Even the LEDs, strobe lights on this car on the roof look much brighter and better. So for those of you who are still on the fence whether or not you should purchase a projector, 4K HDR projector, guys, if you never experienced 4K HDR on a projector, on a big giant screen, then it will be impossible for me to convince you right now. Just know that it makes a big difference. I'll tell you what, once you experience a 4K HDR projector, you will have a hard time going back to your small 65-inch TV. You're really going to have a hard time watching a movie on your small 4K TV. 65, it's small. Even 75, it's small compared to 138 or 188. This thing can go up to 300 inches if you have enough room to do it. So, and you don't have to believe me. You can ask Reft Cave. You should definitely check his channel. Reft Cave has state-of-the-art theater, man. You definitely need to check his channel. Go to Reft Cave. I want to give the guy a shout out. He has UHD 65 Optima. He's got like one of the best movie theaters that I have seen. Bunch of subwoofers. He's got those kickers behind the seats. You know, the nice, beautiful home theater seats. And he'll tell you, man, that it's really hard to go back to 55-inch or 65 or even 75-inch 4K TV once you experience a big giant projector, you know. Of course, you know, it depends on what type of a screen you have on the projector and what type of wall did you paint it with, what type of color. All of that stuff will depend on the experience, obviously. But so I don't know if there's anything else I can say except that it looks slightly better with this cable. The HDR definitely will look the best with this cable. So if you're all about the quality in HDR, this cable will definitely give you that. Now, this is a projector that I'm testing. I'm also going to test PlayStation 4 Pro with Sony X900E with this cable. And I'm also going to test the Dolby Vision with Apple 4K TV on my TCL P605. And I'm also going to test it with Samsung KS8000. That'll be interesting to see because Samsung KS8000 has outstanding full white color gamut with 1000 peak brightness nits. That will be interesting to see how well it looks there. And I'm also going to test it with my monitor, my LG UD69P. All of this and more will be coming in next few days. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So I need you guys to be patient. It will take a while for me to do these videos. Because as you all know, I have a bunch of devices. And to do these tests will take time. Okay, but these tests, nonetheless, they will be done. I will do these tests It's just you guys will have to wait a little bit till I can do them. All right, but they will be done. But if you really can't wait for me to do all these tests, I can tell you right off the gate, for 29 bucks, yeah, you should definitely buy this cable. If you're in the market looking for a HDMI cable, this is a future-proof for the next generation 2.1 HDMI chipsets, and you're definitely gonna be good to go with this cable. It's 29 bucks. It's really not that expensive, and it's future-proof. I don't see any reason why you wouldn't want to purchase it. It's something that's future-proof. You're investing into something that's going to last you for a few years, so why not? But then again, remember, these are my opinions, my thoughts, my experience. It's up to you guys. Whether you want to believe me or don't, I'm just here to tell you what I'm experiencing, okay? There you have it. That's all I have for you right now. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys on my next videos. I'm not sure when I'm going to do them because I'm a very busy guy. I got a bunch of stuff I have to take care of. But nonetheless, those videos will be done. It's just I don't know when I'm going to do them, but they will be done. Okay? Thank you guys. Appreciate it. As always, thank you for watching. Have a good one. Take care. Peace.